In this video, I am going to share with you all my number one business regret. So if you are a new or aspiring business owner, definitely take some notes on this because this is one thing that I wish I could go back and change and just do from the very day that I started and launched my business. If you are new here, my name is Gabrielle. I am a niche expert and a sales coach, and I help people all over the world find their niche and then teach them how to sell in a way that feels good to them so that they have a thriving business. Now, I share often that I really struggled at the start of my business. I didn't make a single dollar for 6 months and it sucked. I was just laid off, beginning of COVID, the whole world, everything was uncertain. I was in a really rough spot. And it wasn't until I really truly started owning who I was and what I brought to the table that I turned my business around and I scaled it. And that's exactly what I help people do now. But, there is one thing that I wish I could go back and do. And it's something I prioritize deeply in my business now. And it's this. So grab your notebook or open up your notes app on your phone if you are looking to start a business or if you're struggling in your business right now. I wish that I prioritized collaborations. I did not collaborate at all in like the first year of my business because I was so focused on growing my community, right? Finding my people. But what I didn't realize was it is about 100 million times easier to find my people through leveraging other people's audiences. There is deep, deep value in leveraging other people's audiences. And now in my business, obviously, like in every business, you have your leads, all of your leads. My network, my group of networks, right? People in my network, collaborating partners, all of that are equally as important to me as my leads are. Why? Because both of them drive profits into my business. I have a referral program that I use with the networking collaboration people, right? They refer people to me, they sign on, they get a kickback, they get a small commission or a commission depending on what program their referral has signed on with on my end. And then my leads, obviously, they are buying directly from me. Both are equally as important. I was so focused on pushing out educational content and, throwing content out there with no strategy behind it, just to simply check it off my list because I thought that that's what I should be doing. And I missed a lot of people, right? Because, eventually, and you may be noticing this in your business, it's really the same few faces that are liking your Instagram posts or engaging in your Facebook group or, liking and commenting on your TikTok videos. You want to expand out of that, nurture those people. Of course, those people are so important, but to scale your business, you continuously want to be bringing more people into that pile, fresh faces, fresh people, so that you can make a bigger impact and scale your business. Collaborations are so important. And if I could go back and do that, I would. I'm not really into regrets. I always think something is a lesson learned, right? No failures. It's always just something that you can take from it and learn from it. But this is one thing I do kick myself with where I'm like, I imagine if I started with that sooner. So collaborations look different for everyone, but I'll show you what they look like for me in my business in hopes that that gives you some inspiration to implement it on your end. So I have a podcast, The Gabrielle Lara Show, and I find that with collaborations, it's a lot easier to do them, right? To pitch yourself to somebody who, you'd love to be within their network and their community, and you'd love to invite them into yours by doing a dual collaboration, right? So instead of me just pitching you and saying, hey, can I come on your podcast? Here's the value that I'll bring. That certainly works sometimes. But especially when you're just starting out, or I think I will honestly do this all throughout my owning a business, is offering something in return. Hey, I listened to your podcast. I love it. I really, really feel like I could drive deep value for your listeners. Here is an example of what that could look like. Topic 1, 2, 3, 4 that I could speak on. Here's what they'll walk away with. And in return, I'd love for you to come on my podcast or come in my ACA group, or, I usually go with those two, to do a training or to do a podcast episode on XYZ. I'd love for you to speak on these. And if you have any other ideas, let me know. What are your thoughts in doing this dual collaboration? It works often, right? It works a lot. And so the beautiful thing here is it's a win-win, because the most important thing in these collaborations is that people are getting value. Do not suggest to do a collaboration if you do not confidently believe that you can drive value to their people, but it's for that, right? And so if you can give value to their audience and then they have the opportunity to give value to your audience, it's a win-win across the board. It's great for your audience because they get to see a fresh face and they get to hear some new information. And it's great for their audience because they get the same thing in return. But it helps your business tenfold, because most times people will let you have a freebie that they'll put in the show notes, right? You get to drive those people to your email list. That's your bread and butter right there, right? It should be your bread and butter, right? Email lists are huge. And so then you're able to nurture those people and hopefully convert those people. But you can spend all day posting on Instagram, post after post after post, hoping that it goes viral, hoping that you find your people. Or you can work smart, you can put yourself out there, and you can collaborate. So if you're wondering right now, like, okay, Gabby, I'm ready to start my business, but how do I do this, right? I don't have an audience. I don't have anything I can offer to them. Hop in a Facebook group. Facebook groups are gold mine. I know Facebook's like ancient. I get it. Facebook groups are gold mine. It's gold mines, especially for collaborations. So hop in there and say, hey, is there anyone else here who is launching their business within the next month? My name's Gabrielle. This is what my business is going to be. I'm launching it next week. I'd love to start doing collaborations with people. Who would be open to that? I have an Instagram right now. We can do an IG live on my end, and then maybe we could do an IG live on your end, whatever that looks like. And you start building your people from there. Prioritize collaborating, prioritize networking. Look around you, like Google cities around you where they have collaboration opportunities or networking opportunities, and get in front of people, because that is the best way to grow your business. It is so much easier to grow your business that way than just doing the good old Instagram posts. Like, gone are the days with the Instagram posts, guys. That Instagram should be like a slice of the pie, a tiny slice of the pie. There should be a whole bunch of other slices left. And they should involve collaborating, leveraging other people's audiences, networking, pitching yourself for speaking opportunities, for podcast episodes, for trainings, anything like that. Don't make it harder for yourself by holding yourself back. If I could go back and do that, I would in a second. And I highly, highly, highly suggest anyone who's struggling right now or anyone who's just starting to do the same. Subscribe to my channel if you want more tips like this, and come hang out with me on Instagram at Gabrielle with 2 E's, Lara.